Hello and welcome to an end of the year video about the best films of 2023. I have found this year to be a wild year for a variety of reasons. As always, I've watched a lot of new films on the big and small screen. Obviously, I have not watched every single film. Some have been great and some not so much, critically and financially. For myself, going to the BFI London Film Festival for the second time, watching new films, meeting people in the industry such as Robbie Collin and Edgar Wright, and seeing inspirational filmmakers on stage presenting their films such as Martin Scorsese and David Fincher. Also, I had worked on my first feature as a floor runner just before the writers and actors strike happened, and I'm just glad to see that both the WGA and SAG-AFTRA have both got their fair outcome deals. For my lists, I shall firstly be talking about my honourable mentions, a bunch of films that I very much enjoyed, but in my opinion, they just weren't as good as the top 10 best films of 2023. Now, before I get into these lists, I just want to let people know that the following films in order have nothing to do with a higher rating outcome. It is more about the experience of entertainment and inspiration from storytelling, and it's just my opinion. And as always, my list may be different to your own. That is how this usually works. So, without further ado, let's crack on with the starters, which are the honourable mentions. Maestro, Ferrari, The Killer, Saltburn, Scrapper, Infinity Pool, Air, Evil Dead Rise, The Boy and the Heron, Bottoms, Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, Blackberry, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Barbie, Are You There God, It's Me Margaret, Dream Scenario, and John Wick Chapter 4. Now let's begin the main course of the 10 best films of 2023. I hope you all enjoy. Beau is Afraid was a film not for everyone, but for me, I had a blast with it. This was an experience that made my anxiety go through the roof a lot of times, whether it was intentionally terrifying but also hilarious. With an excellent lead performance from Joaquin Phoenix, who is one of my favourite actors, who plays as a guy who's going through some mummy issues, and as this Ari Aster's third feature was visually interesting, challenging, and in my opinion is his most divisive film, but I cannot wait to see what he's got next up his sleeve. I found Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse to be an extraordinary sequel that I did not expect to love, just like the first film, with beautiful animation, cinematography, and amazing character development from both Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. It captured the Spider-Verse appropriately and had a lot of purpose, full of energy, enjoyment, and I cannot wait to see Beyond the Spider-Verse in 2025. I did not review this, but anyway, I found May December captured the fun, beauty and curiosity of ambiguity that keeps you on guessing about the themes of perspective and identity, and especially from the setup of Julianne Moore's character. With incredible performances from both Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman with a wicked score, and it's a film that will keep you on guessing and discussing with others after watching May December. An independent horror film by Danny and Michael Filippo, aka Rucka Rucka from YouTube, who have made very funny and insane videos of Ronald McDonald and WrestleMania, and now with their directorial debut, Talk to Me, was a surprise to me, and I loved it. It presents the subgenre of supernatural and possession differently from a fresh take. It has a very chilling tone with likeable characters that you feel concerned for when their lives are in danger, and a brilliant lead performance from Sophie Wilde. It's a current horror film that I feel confidently will be remembered and especially inspired for years to come. Just like with May December, Anatomy of a Fall is another great example about the beauty of ambiguity. It's an intense and intelligent whodunit film with an excellent lead performance from Sandra Hüller and with some eye-catching cinematography from The Fiction and faction-looking coverage. A clever way of showing the theme about judging one person to the next. And again, just like with May December, this film will keep you on guessing with others after watching Anatomy of a Fall. Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon is his most essential film about the true story of the Osage killings. This truly captured the story of going from the inside to the outside, and especially the heart and soul is about the love between Ernest and Molly Burkhart. Both Leonardo DiCaprio and Lily Gladstone both delivered phenomenal performances, and they supported this film's important and personal themes about love, power, greed, trust, and betrayal. We need to be aware and understand that this actually happened, and it's terrifying to think that it could happen again. Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things was a strange, disturbing and hilarious mind-blowing experience. Everything about this film on a technical level was full of passion and detail, with career best performances from both Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo. It's a film about rebirth, control, gaining independence, and freedom of who you are and how you want to live your own life. By presenting this fantasy-looking world, but feels realistic and current. Jonathan Glazer's atmospheric Holocaust film, The Zone of Interest, captured this horrifying and eerie feeling that wants us to look ourselves in the mirror and question, why did any of this happen? It's very well shown from the perspective of the German commander and his family, expecting that they are living the best of their lives. But it's not exactly like that. With the most magnificent cinematography, with intentionally distressing sound, The Zone of Interest is a film that wants to make us feel very, very uncomfortable, and it did its job well on me. Christopher Nolan's epic, haunting, and phenomenal character study piece about J. Robert Oppenheimer, the Manhattan Project, and the aftermath captured this realization moment of what has been done cannot be undone. From an Oscar-worthy lead performance by Cillian Murphy, who carries the entire weight of this film with a stacked cast, beautiful cinematography by Hoyt van Hoytema, a killer soundtrack by Ludwig Göransson, and the most satisfying practical effects I have ever seen. Oppenheimer is one of Christopher Nolan's best, and it has a subject matter that will put you deep into thought, especially from that ending, that makes you feel the same as Oppenheimer's Face of Fear did. Celine Song's marvellous, spiritual and personal directorial debut film Past Lives was a heartwarming and heartbreaking experience. From the very realistic performances, character chemistry and dialogue, this is a film about connection and, in my opinion, change. With an experimental and therapeutic soundtrack with a very gentle tone, Past Lives is a film that can be familiar to the genre, but presents very interesting and original ideas. And in my opinion, this is the best film of 2023. And that is it. That is my list of the best films of 2023. Yeah, it's been a wild year. It really has been. Well, I'm interested, but I'm a little bit nervous to see what 2024 brings. And that is a wrap for me, talking and reviewing films for the year. If you have been watching my content since the start of this year, I very much appreciate it, and I thank you all, and I hope you can stick around for next year, because I am not going anywhere just yet, and I'm very much interested to see where this journey goes next. With all of you lot who are the 142 subscribers watching, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please feel free to let me know your own best films of the year list in the comments below. If you liked what you watched, feel free to subscribe. Look out for more videos coming your way, and have a happy new year.